We're back. We're doing a quick, uh, expedited, I guess, edition here as we're paying tribute to the songbird of Fleetwood Mac, Christine Mcvie. Christine Mcvie died yesterday at age 79 after what some say is a brief illness. She is actually behind some of the biggest hits in Fleetwood Mac, including Little Lies and Everywhere, which are off of Tango in the Night, Don't Stop, which is on Rumors, Say You Love Me, and Songbird. She was born Christine Perfect. She married Mick Fleetwood, the bassist of Fleetwood Mac, and joined the group in 71. At that point, Fleetwood Mac was kind of between the blues-based band they had been, and they were wanting to move in another direction. And that's when Mick Fleetwood found Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. They were a duo, and the rest is kind of history. She's one of the 8 members of the band that was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And they had a live album, The Dance, in like 1998, which kind of revived the song Silver Springs, which I think is I think that's on Tango Tonight, but everybody can look. But and she was Afraid of Flying and took like a 14-year break. And she came back to the band in 2013 for an appearance in London, and she's been with the band ever since. She told the BBC in 2017 that part of the reason why she had left and why it was so hard to come back was that she kind of developed a bit of agoraphobia after leaving. And like I said, she died peacefully yesterday. The retrospective that I put together, which is 10 songs, is not necessarily even a retrospective of Fleetwood Mac as an entire band. Most of the songs are songs that feature Christine Mcvie. But I do have a lot of some of the better known hits, so we can kind of have a sense of, it can't do a Fleetwood Mac sort of retrospective without including The Chain, which has the best bass break, if you could call it that, in the middle of that song. Like, it's one of the most recognizable bass lines ever. I included Everywhere, like I said, which is on Tango in the Night. And I included Don't Stop, because it's a song that people say got them back together in the 90s when they were kind of floundering. And like I said, it's impressive that a lot of their hits, because Rumors had The Chain, Rumors had as hits, they had Dreams, that Go Your Own Way, Don't Stop, and You Make Love Fun, which all topped the U.S. top 10s. Dreams is their only #1 hit. Mcvie wrote from that album, she wrote Don't Stop, which is probably their best known song. She co-wrote The Chain. She wrote You Make Lovin' Fun. She wrote Songbird, which actually ended up, there's a whole documentary on Fleetwood Mac where they kind of talk about the origin of Songbird and how it became this closing number at the end of all their shows, where it's just Christine at the piano lit with just a spotlight. The song, there's a story behind that song. She wrote the song like half an hour according to the background of the song, but she didn't have anybody around to record it. So just to ensure she didn't forget the structure and the melody, she stayed awake all night. And that just became her getting lit with the spotlight and the ambiance of it just became the way they did it at shows. And I think that it's honestly, it should be the song that she's remembered most for as far as live performance. I think the best song she wrote, they're all the hits she wrote. The song I like the most of her is "Say You Love Me," because it just, that song from a lyrical perspective, when you hear them play it, it just flows. And that's the other thing too. She wrote, when you look at "Everywhere" and "Say You Love Me" and "Hold Me," she wrote a lot of songs that were catchy, romantic, and they were about being in love without being super sappy, like without being like, "Oh, we love you," like all the pitiful kind of sappy love songs that happened in the '80s. But she just wrote smart, intelligent, catchy hit love songs. And you know, the only thing I will say about it, this probably needs to be part of a bigger discussion of Fleetwood Mac as a band. I think when you look over their entire catalog, they had a combination of the three things you need to make a great band work. They had great songwriting with Christine McVie and Lindsey Buckingham. They had a musician in Lindsey Buckingham that knew how to make everybody sound the best without actually being a studio engineer. And they just had raw talent. I don't think there's a better. You could make the argument about Mick Fleetwood being a top 20 drummer of all time. I think John McVie is a solid bassist. You can't. I mean, like I said, the backbone of the Chain and the backbone of Big Love, which is not on this, but probably in a bigger retrospective value later, is great. Like I say, it's a sad loss. Fleetwood Mac was early on like one of my favorite bands as a kid, and in the '80s, I was just Tango and the Night's a big record for me. And then, like I said, the dance, that whole record and that whole time was really important for me. So it's a big loss. '79 is it's sad to see the legends go out, but we have timeless music left. And I don't, like I said, I don't think that you'll ever have another band with the impact that Fleetwood Mac has had, and I don't think you'll see another songwriter write the type of songs that Christine McVie wrote without the kind of depth that she wrote them with. So that's what I got. I'm gonna try to get this edited and put out, and we're gonna try to get the Midnight's review done here soon. So thanks, and we'll see you on the flip side.